Derek's question is up next. He says, for prepaid expenses, so that step in the financial order of operations, where do you keep that money? Is it also in an HSA, or can you keep it in a brokerage? Where should he think about keeping that money? And can you maybe expound on what the prepaid expenses step is?
Well, it depends, right? So, Brian, can you hold the thing up for me? We have this great resource. It's a 9-step, tried and true process to show you what to do with your next dollar. If you want your free copy, you can go to moneyguide.com/resources and grab it. What Derek is referring to is step 8, prepaid future expenses. This is once you've worked through the FOO and you're saving 25% for your future self and you're building towards financial independence and you still have discretionary cash flow you can do something with, there are opportunities for begin prepaying future expenses that you may incur. So there are some common examples. One prepaid future expense that a lot of parents are going to tackle is, how do I save for college? How do I pay for a future wedding? What's a big trip that I want to do? There's a big home renovation I've been planning on doing. And so the answer to your question is, like, where do I hold that money is going to depend on what is that prepaid future expense. If you're saving for college, 529 is a great example. If you're saving for a home renovation that's going to likely take place in the next 2 to 3 years, then cash is probably going to be your best bet in like a high yield savings account. If you're saving for the ability to one day buy like a rental property or a second home or a vacation home, but it might be 5, 7, 8, 10 years down the road, then that may take place in a brokerage account. So what you have to back into is, what is the goal itself? What's the best funding mechanism to achieve that goal? And then what's the timeline? Because the timeline will decide when and where I put those dollars to work.
Yeah, I mean, the whole purpose, remember, financial order of operations is what to do with your next dollar. It's kind of helping you streamline the incremental decision making you have to be a financial mutant and maximize every dollar that comes into your army of dollar bills. And that's the problem that I think a lot of people struggle with. There's not one account. Mm-hmm. It's exactly what Bo said. You have to kind of think about this next dollar, what I'm going to use it for. Because abundance goals, that prepaid expenses also, I give it the good time Bobby, Uncle Bobby name of abundance goals. It's giving you permission. You've done the financial foundation stuff of steps 1 through 7. This is supposed to be now, holy cow, congratulations, you get to think about money and spend money, consume money a little differently. Yes, now maybe we're going to help the kids. That's the 529s Bo was talking about. But maybe now is when you've got the financial foundation, let's go ahead and see if we can be a real estate investor and fire up those type of opportunities. Or maybe this is when you buy the nicer car. You've built up, you have enough after-tax money that you can just pay cash. You've always wanted that nicer car. This is your time to do it because you have not sacrificed your future self to get to this point. You didn't fake it until you made it. You actually built up the assets first. That you're at a threshold of now choosing the next thing. So depending upon how you answer what that next thing is how the account will actually be structured.
I love it. And kudos to you for being on step 8. What an awesome, Derek didn't say how old he was, but what an awesome thing to be in. Now, you mentioned, can it be in a HSA? Potentially, but odds are if you're on step 8, you've already maxed out your HSA. Yeah. That was a step 5 thing, and you can't put more in than what you're allowed to do on an annual basis. So it's probably not going to be in the HSA account. Just want to close the loop on that one.
Yeah. And by the way, we cover, I'd be a bad business person and a bad author, Millionaire Mission. I actually give a lot of examples on step 8 in there if you really want to kind of, and even what I do. And by the way, I've even boosted up my cash, because I like having a little powder money for next time there's chaos.
Opportunity rates.
I'll have some money, but I didn't do that. I didn't build up all this cash and sit on the sidelines waiting. This is in addition to what I'm saving and investing in steps 1 through 7.